What's up everybody, it's your boy Mini Trades back with another YouTube video, and today I took a $23,000 loss and I'm going to go over it. I'm going to show you why I took this loss, how I could have prevented it, what I could do next time, and what I can learn from this. One more thing I want to do is kind of give the mental aspect. If you do take a loss, everyone takes losses. Sometimes they might be bigger, sometimes they might be smaller, but it's all part of the game as long as we can learn from it and move on and grow from it. So that's the goal here. In yesterday's YouTube video, I was bullish on SPY, and you can see that 4 hour, right? The 4 hour chart was initially when we caught the bottom here 2 days ago. That was a nice run, but I like the way that this was forming, right? This old resistance, this old support became new support. But we also did come back down to the same support level, the same support line we had earlier from right here. So right before market open, we started getting a run in pre-market, and then eventually we broke yesterday's highs. That was a nice decent run. You could have easily played calls. One thing I wanted to bring up here, you guys see how there was very nice consolidation here, and I rejected a key point multiple times. One thing that we went over in about 2 days or yesterday's YouTube video was REV. It did almost the same exact thing as REV did, trying to break 415, right? So you guys can compare the charts. It's a little bit different, but I would say pretty similar, right? Rejection at the key level multiple times after a positive run at open, consolidate, and then eventually break out. Same thing that SPY did today, right? A pop at open, consolidate, and break through the rejection and just rocket after that. So this was a nice dip also. You could close to the support area, not exactly on dot, but it did bounce from this upper wick right here. Perfect bounce right there. And having those out, you know, drawing those for next time. So whenever SPY comes down to these key levels tomorrow or another day or the next day, I just have these ready to go. Okay, so my first loss of the day was RDBX. I had Lotto 3K shares into open, but then I started seeing a run up, so I slapped pretty big. And then I saw a pop. I was up around 6 grand at the time, and then I started adding dips as well. I did start oversizing here. I was a bit confident because SPY was moving as well. I mean, RDBX typically follows SPY. RDBX was kind of consolidating with SPY consolidating, and when SPY hit new high day, I expected RDBX to hit new high day. And since it wasn't, I thought it was a little bit lagging or something, so I started adding more to get some volume going so I can start popping. But that volume never came in, and I added more at 200 EMA, sold some, and then re-added, and it just didn't work out, and I took a pretty big loss there. My next loss was REV. I did have multiple scalps for me. This time on voice, from VWAP to new highs, from this 10 EMA dip, right? We had very nice entries, but I wasn't as big size, so I didn't get that much, right? But in this scenario, we were actually consolidating. So maybe I can go size and get a nice win out of this, go green on the day and just call it a day. I let my emotions get in, trying to oversize on REV. I didn't like the fact that VWAP was holding, but it was weak. You know, you could tell on REV that there was so much volatility, there was so much action. Within every minute, it was either a big run or candle come down or something crazy, you know? It was an adrenaline rush. But this, on REV, there was nothing really going on. So, and that being said, I should have sized less. I probably shouldn't have even traded it, but it was a nice chart. It was decent off of VWAP, so I probably would have traded it, even if I'm saying I shouldn't have. At least what I could have done is size down, prevent from taking a 23K loss, maybe made it 15K, 10K on the day, and then actually, yeah, that would have been better. But I mean, we all make mistakes. As long as, you know, I'm kind of going over it, learning from it, and as long as we all grow from it. Another crazy runner that we had was PEV. No news on here, just, you know, low flow volume getting pumps recently, like CEAD yesterday. We had a crazy run up, consolidate, pop, VWAP retest, and then breakout. So you could have played the 475 psychological level breakout, right? And then another thing that you could have done after the halt is play the 50 EMA dip, right? So what we've been seeing recently is go below the 50 EMA or even VWAP, kind of get a candle close below there, and then pop back up. You know, trap shorts. We've been seeing that a lot recently on trades. That's something to just know for the future. 50 EMA here, 50 EMA here, 50 EMA here, 50 EMA here. Worked out every single time. And then eventually, you know, it didn't even come down to the 50 EMA. Just rode the 10 EMA and gave us new highs. Tomorrow, I will be watching this for another run. Probably around that $7 psychological level for me to actually kind of like it and have more eyes on it for myself. So here's the video for today. Here's the recap video for today, how I took the 23K out. Let's make tomorrow.